Welcome back. Well, it's very easy to hear podcasts these days, but connecting to other podcasters sometimes is a little bit of work. Here to talk about the third annual Podathon, we are joined by Tom Rossi. He's the co-founder of Higher Pixels, which makes a podcast hosting company called Buzzsprout. Tom, great to have you here.
Thanks for having me.
We're also joined by Blythe Milligan. She's the co-founder of Jax Podcasters United and host of Everything is Logistics. Blythe, nice to see you again.
Thank you for having us.
So, Blythe, there are a lot of podcasts out there. No surprise to you. It does seem like sometimes there's just a sea of podcasts. Do you still encourage people to step into the world of podcasting?
Oh, 100%, because the overwhelming majority of podcasts never make it past 10 episodes. And so what the JPU, the Jax Podcasters United group, is really there to encourage is those in-person meetings, to facilitate those conversations, to keep people going, to remove the fear of equipment, the fear of perfection, so that they can keep going to determine their own personal ROI. It could be, getting new business. It could be speaking at conferences. It could be a variety of things, even just talking about some of your favorite hobbies. But all of those different podcasters have different ROI in mind, and we want to keep that motivation going.
Tom, what are some of the obstacles that podcasters encounter? Are they mostly technical? And how does your company help kind of surmount some of those challenges?
Sure. I think when you start your podcast, it's technical, right? So you're trying to figure out microphones, things like that. That can be intimidating. But once you get started, really what Blythe is talking about is the challenge for keeping podcasting, which is keeping the motivation, because it takes work to build an audience. And it doesn't happen overnight. You've got to continue to kind of that grind of publishing episodes and staying on top of your content. So what we do is we try to remove any opportunity that we have to remove some of the pain associated with editing your episode, for mastering it. We do things with AI to help with helping put together episode descriptions, things like that, to help kind of, let them do the thing that's most fun, which is being behind the microphone, not all the stuff that comes after it. And one of the other things that we do is support things like the Podathon, because this is such an incredible opportunity for podcasters to be with other podcasters. It's a surprisingly lonely thing to be a podcaster. You're behind the microphone. You don't, even though you might interview people and talk to them, you just kind of feel like you're speaking into the void. And so by getting podcasters together at something like Podathon, you get to talk to other podcasters that are in the same boat. You get to encourage one another, and you get to get ideas for new things that you can try, different ways that you could take advantage of your podcasting audience, like different directions you might be able to go with providing them new content or monetization, getting value out of your podcast. So that's one of the other things that we do, is just support things like Podathon.
And so the Podathon is sort of a networking event and an opportunity to hash out some issues and some problems. It is hard, though, to break through. And there's been a kind of this whole huge celebrity podcast thing that has dominated a lot of the market, and there's so many being produced. So how do you encourage people that there is an opportunity, an avenue for them to get their voices heard, to get their programs to a larger audience?
Well, we really want to push sort of the passion behind being a podcaster, because you have a unique passion for whatever topic that you're discussing. And for a lot of celebrity podcasts, they kind of start off strong, but then they just fade away because it's not really their medium, and they're not really dedicated to it like traditional podcasters are. And so it's still a medium that has some discoverability issues, but at an event like Podathon, that's where we are encouraging, the marketing, the legal aspect, the tax strategies, all of that. You're running a business, even though it's a podcast, you're running a business. And so how do we continue to support and facilitate that growth within our members and within our community? Because there's a variety of different topics that are discussed, but there's different paths on getting to that successful place.
And the celebrity podcasters also have brought in tons of new podcast listeners. So it really is a good thing for podcasters across the board that these, celebrities, they already have a following. They already have an audience. So if they launch a podcast, out of the gate, they're going to have all these people that are listening to them. But what's great for other podcasters is when somebody gets into podcasting, they typically don't listen to just one podcast. Once they get into podcasting, they start using it as a medium for all kinds of things that they want to learn about, or audience or other people that are, fans of the same things that they're fans of, or, there's so many different ways for people to connect with other podcasters. So I think the Celebrity Podcasters has actually really helped podcasting in general because more people come into podcasting as a result.
Sure. And obviously, this event helps people learn more about other podcasters in the area, other podcasts that are available. And this is the third that you've held. This again is at Ruby Beach Brewing.
Yes,
on
Ruby Beach Brewing.
Forsyth next Wednesday.
Yes, next Wednesday starts at 5:30. We have networking, we have education, so it's not just networking and conversing with other people, but you're going to be learning something at the event too, and raising money for Feeding Northeast Florida.
All right. Well, Blythe, Milligan, Tom, Rossi, thank you so much for being here. We've got a link on our website to the event, and you can also go to jaxpodcastersunited.com. Great to see you.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for having us.
All right. And that's our program. Thanks for listening.